So 11.4, 11.5, we're going to be talking about the volume of prisms and pyramids. So these are two examples of prisms. And then pyramids are going to look like an actual pyramid type of thing here. That's an awful one, but it's going to look like a pyramid. Okay, so prism, back to what we had. We have the lateral faces here, so all the side faces. And then we have the bases that make up a top and a bottom. So the height of a prism, it can be oblique where it's shifted over and the height sitting on the outside. It can also be inside of it, creating that right angle. Okay, so when we're finding the volume of a prism, we're going to use V equals B times H, okay, where B stands for the area of the base and H stands for the height of it. So my first equation, or question, I find the volume of this. So V equals base times height. So my base in this situation is a little weird because it is this that's sitting closest to me. Okay, so my base is V equals, since it's a triangle, 1/2 times my base of 6, my height of 10, times the height of this figure. Well, if I turn the figure sideways to make this my base, then this would be my height. So we're going to multiply them all together to get 150, and then it's meters cubed. When we talk about volume, it's going to be cubed this time. Okay, so this one, we have a triangle. Sorry, you can't read that. That says 8 right there. So we're going to, when I screenshot it, sometimes it acts a little weird. So it's going to be the volume equals the base times the height again. So here is my base, is that triangle again. So if I redraw it out here, this is 8 and this is 8. Okay, but I don't know what the height of it is to do 1/2 base times height since it's a triangle. So I need to figure out what this is. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is create this right angle. So if that's 8, we got an 8 over here because all the sides are 8. So you could make a 30, 60, 90 triangle and then reference off that, or you can just use Pythagorean theorem, which I did right here, where you do your a squared plus b squared equals c squared. But here's the deal. If this whole length is 8, part of that is 4. So that's how I got my 4 here. And then my c is 8. So when I solve it, I get the square root of 48. So a, because this was a squared, and I square rooted both sides, sorry. So then a equals 6.93. So my height of my triangle is 6.93. Okay, so I'm going to erase all this work so I have room to finish, the rest of it. Okay, so my volume equals my area of my base, so 1/2 times the base, which is going to be 8, times the height of that triangle, 6.93, times the height of my entire figure. So here is the height of my entire figure, which is 10. And we're going to multiply it all together. And I get my volume to be 277.2 inches cubed. Okay, now we have this regular pyramid. When I say regular, it means all the sides are the same. So this base, all of those sides are going to be the same. Our lateral faces are a little bit weird because we only have one base. So we have this pyramid, and it creates all of these lateral faces. The only thing that's different in this situation is that there's only one base. Okay, so a regular pyramid is a polyhedron in which one face, the base, is a regular polygon, so all sides are the same and all angles are the same, and the other faces. The lateral faces are triangles with common vertex called the vertex of the pyramid. Okay, so we got these definitions. So we're going back to kind of what we learned last lesson about the altitude. So an altitude always creates the right angle. We have two different types of heights. We have the slant height and we also have the regular height. So the slant height kind of sits on the side of our triangle and the regular height sits on the inside of the triangle. Okay, so the volume of a pyramid this time is going to be 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. Okay, so the height of this pyramid is missing, okay, because we don't want the slant height this time, we want the regular height. So if I build this triangle out, it's going to have that slant of 11, And if this entire base is 12, I need half of it to make this triangle on the inside, so that's why this base of this is 6. Okay, so what I can do is Pythagorean theorem again. So a squared plus 6 squared equals 11 squared. So a squared plus 36 equals 121. Subtract 36. So a squared equals 85. Square root both sides. So then that height is going to be 9.22. Okay, so now I have the height. So I can go back. So volume equals 1/3 times. We haven't found the area of the base, but we know that the height is 9.22 of my entire pyramid. So I'm going to erase all of this stuff at the bottom so we can find the area of the base. Okay, so if I'm looking, my base looks like it is a square. So to find the area of this base, all I take is one side times the other side. So 12 times 12. So 12 times 12. So V equals 1/3 times 12 times 12 times 9.22. So V equals 442.56 inches cubed.